So Anora just seems to be one of those movies where everyone is trying to name the influences. What inspired it? Pretty Woman, of course, that's the most obvious one. For me, anyway, I saw a lot of Harmony Korine's Spring Breakers, going back up to the 80s a little bit. There's a lot of the screwball comedy of something like Married to the Mob. You also get a little bit of Scorsese's After Hours. There's a lot of very 70s intimate visual cinema here. It's one wild movie, and director Sean Baker has made. And what's more is that the film is funny, at times almost uproariously so. The film stars Mikey Madison, who is best known to me anyway as the oldest daughter on Pamela Adlin's underrated show Better Things. Here she plays Annie, a New York stripper with a talent for separating men from their money, even if they look like Indian Jeffrey Dahmers. She's always on the lookout for a prince, though, and believes she's found one in Vanya Zakharov, played by Mark Eidelstein. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with names in this one. He's a Russian teenager with money to burn thanks to very rich parents and all the energy and enthusiasm of a true horn dog. Without the money, this kid would be a spaz. He invites her to his mansion where she becomes just another one of his entertainments, along with video games, parties, cars, and jets, which he can use and then ignore at will. Even sex with him is kind of obnoxious. The only way he knows how to do it is kind of like a hyped up jackrabbit. Things begin to get serious between the two kids. Soon he's offering her 15 grand to be exclusive with him for a week where the whirlwind hedonism of Vanya's life sucks her in like a drug. When he offers marriage to her, your jaw just drops, and I mean, you want to just shout no. But this movie is a perfect example of dreams skidding into reality. You might think that this would lead to an annulment next day, but instead Baker ups the ante, giving us one awkward, overblown comic set piece after another. Things begin to come to a head in the form of Vanya's godfather, Toros, played by Karen Karagulian, and his two henchmen, Garnik, played by Vachtov Masian, and Igor, played by Yura Borisov. It's clear that Vanya, little shit that he is, has done numbers on the long-suffering Toros, and the marriage is just the latest screw-up. Toros and his buddies have been tasked by Vanya's parents to get the annulment, even as the kids do everything to prolong the night and stave off that very result. Annie becomes the foil, and for the first time we see her, not as someone trying to sell a fantasy or be a plaything, but as a real person who believes her love is real, even if she has no understanding of what love really is. She'll remain defiant in fighting for it. The first scene between Madison and the Russian goons is probably the funniest thing I've seen all year. And I think that is going to set this actress on a course to being one of the best comedians out there. Any fear we have for this girl's safety is soon put to rest by a scene of pure animalistic feistiness, so knockout, drag out in its execution that it's going to be hard to forget. And she just continues this terrible abusive streak all night long, all while we know it comes from this strange place of love, or I guess just trying to keep the happily ever after dream alive at least. The three Russians are equally hilarious, with Karagulian's Toros lamenting at every turn this self-obsession of Gen Z and how he's been forced to corral it in Vanya. The surprise comes from Borisov's Igor, though, an actor who pulls off the tough balancing act of needing to be an intimidating henchman, but also having a completely different side, which is more quiet, innocent, and empathetic, even if it takes Annie a little while to really see it and even longer to accept it. This dynamic between Madison and Borisov always makes their scenes shine just a little bit more. And I can't forget Eichelstein. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Michael Cera crossed with Timothy Chalamet, with the soul of a far more obnoxious McLovin. Baker has great use. Baker makes great use of New York with its neon strip clubs and busy nightlife. But what's really striking is not only how funny this movie is, but how poignant it can be when he bursts the bubble of self-delusion. This is a very, very good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It's the funniest movie I've seen this year. That is why I'm going A minus, guys. But that is my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Let me know down below there. Also, if you could, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I do hope to see you back next time. I have reviews of Juror number 2 and also Conclave coming up very soon. I hope to see you back next time. Like I said, thank you so much. Bye-bye.